We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area up here on the 9th of last Thursday, up around $400 to multiple dates of dip areas and trying to bounce back up today. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot sent out a bull indicator at 9:55 a.m. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and even our newly released flow bot a few minutes after at 10:30 a.m. sent out a bullish flow, and there was full strength there within the charts, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY sitting at 385, trying to find support here at around 380. But tomorrow is a big day, right? CPI data is coming out, and we need to talk about what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, bull and bear indicators, and what levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot at 9:55 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing that full transition, as I stated earlier in the video, from the rip area into multiple days of dip areas and bounce back up, trying to reach dark green bars. And the last piece missing within the transition would have been bright green. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the rips from the dips to the rips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are on the SPY under a bull indicator and inflows crossing back over, but outflows crossing back over in the second half of the day. Now, this is our first bull indicator popping up since last Thursday, when the bear indicator that popped up here was around 398.80 area, and outflows crossed over shortly after within that volatility. Now today, we got the bull indicator, we got the inflows, but outflows came back to dominate here in the second half, but no bear indicator just yet, and it's fighting to stay above where that bull indicator popped up around the 385, 32, 30 area, right? This is critical, this is crucial, and in the after hours, it is sitting at 386, guys. This is a pivotal area where it found support today at around 380, came back up, broke through key resistance and support levels of 383, 385, reached up to 390, a key resistance, and rejected it, and has been fighting here within this tight range in the second half of the day. But outflows came back to dominate, but not just here on the 30-minute, guys. We need to see this within the volatility. You could see it here on the 15-minute as well, right? But it is under a bull indicator here since 382.92, and this is crucial because we do not have bear indicators just yet. But the longer these outflows on the 30-minute and 15-minute stay below the midpoint there, the higher the chances of canceling out those bull indicators, and specifically here within the 15-minute chart. Now, when we zoom out and look at this from the bigger picture, even the 1 hour here is showing some weakness. When we look at it, you could see the rejection happening here close to the near midpoint, guys, and it rejected. It got really close to it, rejected, and it's pulling away from it right now, and it's at minus 2.52. This is crucial because we're still under a bear indicator. And the last time we rejected it, it's not guaranteed to make the same exact move, was last Thursday. And the bear indicator popped up since way up here at 404.60 or 405 if you want to round that up, back on Tuesday of last week. And the outflows crossed. And when it got close to it, it rejected it, pulled away from it. And the stock market, specifically the SPY here in this chart, went from around 399 all the way down to 384. Is it guaranteed to make the same exact move? No, but we rejected it again. It was getting closer to it. It was crucial. It would cross it or stay there and not reject and try to cross it either today or tomorrow or at some point this week. But now we're getting a rejection here in the second half of the day as it got really close to the midpoint on the 1 hour chart. This is crucial and critical. We're still under a bear indicator, and outflows are rejecting downwards and still dominating here on the 1 hour. And I would watch if it continues lower, or will it try to come back up and cross over, because if it can cross over the midpoint, that can quickly start to reflect into the chart. The last time it crossed over was back here on March 2nd after that bull indicator at around 394, and you could see that full move there within the chart. And it went from 394 all the way up to 406. Again, not guaranteed to make the same exact move, but when these crossovers happen, they tend to reflect strength into the chart to the upside or downside pretty quickly. But right now, outflows are dominating and they're red. Now, what are the key levels I'm watching here and that I would watch going into tomorrow? Well, the first support is 385, right? It's fighting to stay above it. Below that is 383. And then comes the 380 area. If 380 gets broken through, I would then watch the 378 to 375. And below 375 is 372 to 370 area. These are critical levels based off the history of the chart when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture. And also, how much further could these outflows go? That is something I would be watching on here on the 30-minute. Also here on the 15-minute. And on the 1 hour, as they're all below the midpoint and under bull indicators on the 15 and 30-minute, and under a bear indicator in the bigger picture on the 1 hour. Now, to the upside, the first thing I would look for is for these inflows to start leveling off and try coming back up, crossing the midpoint to start reflecting that strength into the chart pretty quickly and hold true the strength of this bull indicator, not just here on the 30-minute, but also here on the 15-minute, and start reflecting that strength to the upside, right? We want to see that and then start pulling up the 1 hour closer to the midpoint and to possibly even cross it to the upside and reflect that strength. Key resistance levels getting tested in the process and possibly cancel out this bear indicator with a possible bull indicator into the strength, right? Now, the first resistance is 388. Then above that is 390, and above 390 then comes 392 to 395 area, and then comes 398 and 400. These are really tight areas that I'm looking at this week because of all the data that's coming out and how quickly things are moving and where's the strength and weakness in these areas. As you could see here, 383 was one of our areas to look at as support last week going into today, and then below that was 380, and both of those got broken through, but 380 acted as support. Then we came back up, broke through 383. 385 was the first resistance that needed to actually hold, and then above that came 387 to 390 area, came up to that area, rejected, and now it's sitting sideways. So these are really tight areas that we need to be watching, and as the bulls are moving higher, you need to see where the rejection starts to see where their strength is fading. And as the bears are moving lower, we need to see where their strength is fading. So every single day, there's different levels to look at. But right now, I'm keeping things real tight. And it's all between this 390 and 400 area. And anything below 390, it seems like the bears are putting up a fight and maybe winning in this tug of war. Not guaranteed, not financial advice, just my opinion and perspective alone, and based off the key levels of the charts. And the more you zoom out, if we go to the 4 hour, you could see how sharp these outflows are, even though inflows are trying to pick up. Yes, it's done a full transition from the rip area to the dip area, and it's been under a bear indicator since up here around 401, and it rejected that same area just a few days later. Now, the more you zoom out in the bigger picture, the more bear indicators that we're seeing, and within the smaller time frames, like the 15-minute, like the 30-minute, there's bull indicators right now within the volatility. But in the bigger picture, back to the 1 hour again, we are under a bear indicator, and that needs to get canceled, and there's a rejection happening here. So I would not ignore that. I'm going to be watching these bull and bear indicators very carefully in the inflow versus outflow. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.